Hello everybody, my name is Bernhard Hollinger and I'm happy to be back with another Octatrack video. And this time I have something very special for you, as I'm gonna show you a little bit my idea for my project Music for Light Bulbs. And as you can see, I've got my light bulb set up. For now I'm gonna show you how I'm going to work with this one controller here, which is an Arduino project that I have been doing a couple of years back already, as I went to like a residency in Austria called Schmiede, and it's close to Salzburg, and yeah, it's very much inspired by a musician called Dario Trapani, who was the first person that I've seen working with some kind of Arduino device that transfers musical data, in this case it's MIDI, to electric outlets, basically just electricity. And it opened up quite a lot of ideas for me, so I decided, hey, why am I not doing this myself? And I was kind of driving me for a long time, this DIY project. And it's not too difficult to build, so if you're into that, you can always ask me for some advice. But there's enough information online to build Arduino devices like this one. And there's a huge DIY community. Yes, so this is one of my controllers. I have two. For now I'm just going to show you this one. I'm preparing a concert for this coming Saturday in Berlin, in Theater im Delphi. That's in Prenzlauer Berg in the north of Berlin. And I'm performing a set for this platform, Waxing Faces, and I'm really happy they invited me. And I'm really happy to share this new concept, or not new concept, but some updated music and some updated ideas. As I told you, this is a Arduino that is taking MIDI information, and it's super easy. Basically, you can see here I've got a MIDI splitter that goes out from the Octatrack, MIDI out, and I'm splitting the MIDI signal. One goes to the Microcosm. I use the Microcosm to cue some tracks here for some extra effects. It's gonna be an ambient droney event. So yes, this one is my best friend. And the second MIDI signal goes into my light controller that is basically turning all those light bulbs on and off. And it's super comfortable for me to play that with the Octatrack via using the MIDI Arpeggiator. I'm going to show how it's set up. So basically I have, you know what, I'm going to set up a new one. So we go into the MIDI Arpeggiator. You choose one of the MIDI tracks. I'm using channel 1, and so I can show you this. Let's just do one MIDI note for now. The MIDI note is C3. You can turn on the light device. Zack, okay. So I stopped the music because I put one note into the sequencer. Let's check it, just the sequencer. Oh! One more time. This is cool, but why is there a delay? Right, okay, I see. Here we go. So now it's turning on, and the only thing you're hearing is the clicking of the relay, which is like an old click relay, so that's pretty cool. And I microphoned it, and the microphone is going back into my Octatrack, which is really cool, because like this, I can play with it and its sound. So here I set up a through track, and it's taking the signal through my B input, and then I've got a bunch of effects. So I got like a lo-fi effect on it, I got a reverb it, and I combine it with a neighbor track. And the neighbor track has a filter on it and another reverb. So I want it to be very reverby, but by also combining it and using the LFOs, I can play with the reverb and the intensity of the click coming through the Octatrack. So let's see. Here we go. Pretty scary, huh? Okay, let's go back to the MIDI Arpeggiator. So this is my C note. And all of this is basically just set up in the Arduino, right? I can tell the Arduino which note it should take in to put this one on. So let's move on to, this is all just set up chromatically. Let's move on to the C sharp. Oh, what about the D? D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. Okay. What is going on here? Why is the G not working? Okay. What is going on? Let's see. Yes. Why is that one not working? Okay, sorry for this. For now we're just using a different light bulb, just to mess with my beautiful, matching light bulb setup. Okay, so now we've got all the light bulbs checked. So it's going from C3 to G3, 8 notes chromatically. So I can set up the MIDI Arpeggiator accordingly. So we just say like, we just set up a MIDI node that's infinite. The conditions is only triggering the first time. So when I press play now, this infinite MIDI node C3 will be triggered. And on base of the C3, I'm gonna go into the Arpeggiator setup page, and I can set up what the arpeggio will look like on top of this C3 node. Double click, we are in here in this setup, MIDI Arpeggiator setup. And for now I just want to show you how it goes in a circle. So we can hold all of them and go one up. I just want to do like a ladder that goes upwards. 5, 6, and this is the 7th chromatic step upwards. So for now the length 8 is okay. As you can see, it's just going up. And this page is gonna be the page I improvise the most with it. This is really fun, really fun. So for now this is okay. The mode is quite important. For now let's just go up. Cool, right? So this is really cool, right? I'm gonna turn down the effects a little bit. So now on the MIDI Arpeggiator page, I can also go down. Or can I? Then I have to restart it. This is interesting. This is fun. You have to restart it and then like, do you have to restart it? That's weird. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is you can play around with this page, and this is quite fun. Because as you can see now, I changed my mode to random. And then I can change my range to 3 octaves or more. So it's only being triggered, you know, it's going through 5 octaves now, randomly. And whenever the C3 is triggered, or the D3, D sharp 3, it plays the light. So now I can create like a very organic, generative light show. And because I have the sound set up, it gives me almost like a percussive, rhythmic element. And let's just get rid of those effects a bit. Ah yeah, here we go. Here we go. And here I have a delay added on the master track, so and this together with the music is pretty cool. So let's go back. This is my track 1, and I've got like this really beautiful dreamscape on that. Let's trigger it. And here we go. Off we are. Go back to the MIDI Arpeggiator. I can change the speed to slower. Even slower. And now the most interesting one is the note length of my arpeggiator. And the note length in this case decides how long the MIDI note is that's being triggered. And the shorter I make it, desto darker the light becomes, because the MIDI note gets shorter. Check it out. Yes. And now we just see this dimmed light, and it's beautiful. And if we go really short, yes, look at this. So let's trigger another track. And imagine this in an old silent movie theater from the 20s in Berlin, with this huge stage and people just chilling. Okay, stop. No expectations. But in case you're around Berlin, come by. This weekend, the 20th and 21st of April. We start at 6 p.m. It goes till 10 p.m. My show is on Saturday, the 20th, at 7 p.m. And this is gonna be my setup, and I'll make sure the light bulbs, they hang in a really nice way. So they also make some shadows of me on stage. So now I've got this set up, and also want to use my Microcosm just because I've got it here. I want to show it to you. Basically, I'm gonna cue it, cue out, it goes in here. Let me just check if it's set up correctly. Yes, it's in stereo input. We've got the mosaic, no looper, space up a bit. The nice thing is also I can, if I play something more rhythmically or with a sequencer, I can also like sync it up, so the Microcosm gets the clock. Let me cue something. Right, here we go. Yes. Woo. And now we can bring back in So and imagine now, I set up the vibe, I have this. I can do a lot of things with like how I work with the sound I get from the relays, from the clicking. But also I can play with how I trigger the light bulbs. And one thing I really like to do is to also play, like almost use the lights as a kind of drum. And I already did this earlier. It's just having like, you know, like a and the nice thing is, with the Octatrack I have the possibility to put an LFO note length, for example. So we go to the LFO page, we go down to parameters, Arpeggiator, note length, free, and we're just gonna add 2. Make sure we adjust this here, that it doesn't stop completely, but now see? They become longer, the notes, and become shorter. Let's go a bit more extreme, let's say 3, 4. That's pretty cool. So I could also, for example, add a delay to the sound now, so it gets like even more rhythmic. Or on top of that I can compose drums if I want it, you know, just have like a drum loop. And yeah, there are really many possibilities to play with that. So I hope you had fun. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and you can follow me on social media. And if you're around Berlin, please come out to my show for Waxing Faces at Theater in Delphi. And yeah, hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye bye.